Sorry, guys, interrupted.
Yeah,
So,
we got a phone call.
yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, so I arrived basically. I got deported to Matamoros, Tamaulipas. It was midnight. It was out of the group of women. So we got deported, and out of the group of women, while we were on the airplane, I remember on the report, my name was changed from Gabriela to Gabriel, and because of that, they moved me from the women's section to the men's section. So for a good part of the flight, while I was being deported, I was sitting with the men like next to me, and all of them are saying that they're gonna follow me and they're gonna rape me and they're gonna torture me and they're gonna like all these kinds of things for probably a good 3-4 hours. I was enduring this, and the whole time I'm
Turn off the hot water, please. Sorry.
the whole time I'm talking to the agents, and I'm just like, please, can you see, like, I am a female, like I need to go back to the women, like why am I here? Finally, after a couple hours of putting up with that crap, they moved me back over to the women's section, and we got unshackled, and then we were about to cross the bridge, and the officer who was taking off our shackles, they're like, okay guys, we're giving you 10 minutes to cross the bridge, and once you cross it, we're releasing the dogs and just all kinds of crap just to like scare us. And so we're over there at midnight, and all of the women are being picked up, and my suegro and his sister got lost to come get me. So it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning in Matamoros, Tamaulipas. This is like the epicenter of the most dangerous city in all of Mexico City. Like,
still dangerous right now.
No, but that was like the highest peak where like everything
For women,
was
you
crazy
can
for
like
the narcs.
Yeah, like Juarez and Matamoros are like the craziest place.
I'm sitting there by myself, with just, I made one friend in jail, and she was like, I'm not leaving until they come get you. And I'm like, please don't leave me. And so he finally shows up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and we go over to his sister's house. And then I was there for a day, and then I flew out to Mexico City. And I remember flying to Mexico City. My 2 aunts picked me up. They're my dad's sisters. I remember when they picked me up, you guys, when I saw their faces, that was finally when I allowed the emotions to come over me, and I was able to cry. After 2 weeks, I was able to let it all out, you guys. I was bawling, I was shaking, I was in shock. Like, it was just so much to process. I missed my family. After we were in Mexico, I was in Mexico for 2 months and then Rafa and Sophie came to see me, because that's how long.
3 months.
3 months, because that's how long it took us for them to get their passports.
Oh, let me tell you the passport one. It was a good one. So, because she was in jail, and the people that are single parents will know this, is that if you're trying to get a passport, you have to get a paper signed from your partner or from the person, the baby mama, authorizing that you're able to get the passport for your child. So because she was in jail, I had to get it done before she left the jail. So I go to the post office. I pick up all the documents I need her to get signed. And at the time, I drove a Ford. Was it Ford Focus or something? It was a small car. I don't remember, the piece of trash Ford at the time. So I jump in the car from Magna, going to Davis County Jail, and I'm cruising. I remember U92 was always like, if you need to, stay home, don't drive. This is a blizzard. There's a blizzard. Blizzard's coming. I was like, damn. So I got off work early. I got off like at 1 or something. Went home. I was working at the airport at the time. Went home, picked up everything I needed, smashed over there. I get there, and they're like, oh, because of the blizzard, we can't do this. I was like, what? I was like, dude, I came from Magna. The lady's like, from Magna? Oh my gosh, that's so far, blah, blah, blah. She's like, how you going to do it on the biggest blizzard of the year was that day? I was like, dang. So she's like, all right, let me do something for you. So she grabs the papers, takes her like 15 minutes. She comes back. She's like, good luck on your way home. So I grabbed the papers. Dude, it took me over 3 hours because I couldn't see. I actually started following.
A semi?
No. It was an Evo. I don't remember what year. It was like, it was an Evo. It was all-wheel drive, like a rice burner Evo. It was. And I knew it was like, oh, that car's all-wheel drive. He's going to be making tracks. So I followed him all the way back to Salt Lake. Man, it was crazy. It took me forever to get back. But it was such a crazy day because all I remember all day long was U92 saying, don't go out of your house.
So, and went to go.
Yeah, I had to go get the paper signed. Crazy blizzard. It took me almost 3 hours to get home. We were driving like 5 miles on the road. Yeah, by the time it all happened, it was crazy. But that was our, that was one of the adventures before she got deported. So at the airport, we used to get really good benefits, and I had a ton of vacations. So I ended up getting a buddy pass from a couple guys that worked for Delta. So I got the flights really cheap. But the thing is that buddy passes, you're not priority. If there's a space in the plane, then you get to go. So it was me and my daughter on the way there, and it was crazy because she was so nervous and scared of the airplanes. We got to the airport, we got checked in, and she, like I said, she wouldn't talk, maybe take a bottle here and there. She was just like shaking like a leaf. We get to the window to go into the plane to start boarding. She throws up right there. She throws up. Dude, she was a year and a half old. I was a new dad. I was like, what is going on with this kid? And she throws up. The lady sees I'm frustrated, the flight attendant. She starts helping me out. So we're starting to go into the tunnel, and we're about to start boarding the plane. And this little kid behind us are saying it smells like poop. I was like, oh no. Sophie had a poop explosion when we were boarding the plane. She literally had a poop explosion. It was all over her back up to her neck. I was like, oh my gosh. So I drop off the bags in the aisle, the seats where we were going. Good thing the airplane was dang near halfway. It wasn't even full. So they gave us like up front, close to the bathroom seats. And I go into the bathroom, and they're going, and I could hear the pilot. He's like, what's going on? What's all this going on? This commotion. Da, da, da. And he's like, oh, baby just had an accident, but the dad's cleaning her up. He's like, oh, okay. We're not leaving here until all this mess is cleaned up and these diapers are out of here. This diaper's out of here, because he knew it was a poop explosion. So they're waiting for me, and it's just putting more pressure on me. I'm in the bathroom. At this time, I was like super duper fat. I was like, I couldn't fit. I was just sweating. There was poop everywhere. I was oh my gosh, it was so difficult. And I'm just trying to clean her up as best as possible. I got her naked in there, just gonna start cleaning her up, dude. I was like, oh my gosh. Finally put everything, the lady like knocks on the door, here's a bag, put everything in this bag, please. All the nasty wipes and diapers, I put them in there. Got her into new clothes, because my sisters and my mom set me over like, if this happens, if this happens, if this happens. So I'm pulling out these little things like, oh, this happened, oh, I'll get this. So I clean her up, get her new clothes, sit her down, and we finally start taking off. She starts flying, starts feeling it, throws up again on the flight up. It was like a 3.5 hour flight. On the way down, throws up again. Dude, I stunk like throw up and poop by the time I was coming out those doors. I'm going through customs. They have you fill out these papers. I was just like putting the less information as I could. And I'm just so pissed off. And they're trying to go through these lines. I accidentally went to the wrong line. The guy got mad. I was like, man, what the hell are you going to do about it? Just let me go. And I'm just getting crazy with them. And my Spanish at the time was like horrible. Like, it's still bad now, but it was trash back then. So I was like, just let me go, damn it. I was like, screw this. And the lady sees what's going on, and they're like, just go. And he just let me go through the door. I'm pushing this cart, and these fools made me take so many bags, pissed me off. So I'm going through with a ton of bags and this throw up baby. So I had a baby in one hand, like here. I had dragging a bag. I had the car seat, and I'm pushing this other one with my hand at the same time. I was so loaded with stuff. I see Gabby, and Gabby's like, oh, I was like, have your baby. I'm going to the bathroom. She's like,
no. So actually, Sophie was sitting down like in like this, because it was like
I was holding her. I was pushing her. Yeah.
And when he comes out, like I'm standing in this way, like,
and these doors open up.
Yeah, they open up, and so he comes out, and I'm standing right there, and I'm like ready, like for like this big, like, it's been so long, we've been through so much, we're finally together again. Like I'm ready for like my moment has arrived. And then here he comes, and he's like, get out of the way. And I'm like, what the hell?
Where's the bathroom?
Yeah. And he's like, fix
pissed,
her.
Man.
And she had to poop, and he's like, fix her. So I take her with the diaper bag, and I go
and
to the bathroom.
I feel so bad for Sophie, because she was like sunk in like she was skinny bones. She was like, oh my gosh, it was
It's
so
really sad,
crazy.
you guys.
I felt bad for her so much, but
It was really sad in that point in time. And I do also want to say, when you said that you got fat, one of the things that was really hard also then, because it was 3 months since we had been together, and in that 3-month time period, he doesn't like to say it like that, but he was depressed. He got depressed, you guys.
well, all I did
hard.
was smoke a lot of weed, drink a lot of beer, and sleep.
Work.
Yeah, I worked a lot.
He worked
So
crazy
I was like,
hours.
yeah, I worked like 16-hour days forever, like 16s, doubles, because there was nothing to do. It was just that. So it was like smoke before, during, and after work, and then when I got home, drink a couple beers and go to bed. That's all I did. Like, just that was my routine. Because before that, I was all fit. I was playing in RMFL with Marcus. I got all juiced up a little bit. It was cool. It was cool. I was playing, and but yeah, so.
Yeah, he gained a,
And then
he gained a
I
lot
gained
of
a lot of
weight.
weight. A lot of weight.
Ton, you guys.
In a couple months, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then, so that happened. So we broke all this first day deportation in detail. From here on out, we're gonna go with our major marks. So after that, she ended up being in Mexico City for a few months.
Yeah, I was in Mexico City for 3 months, and then after that,
She went to
there was
Cuernavaca.
some things that happened, and I didn't have a place to stay anymore in
Yeah.
Mexico City. So Rafa was trying to send me with his grandparents, so I went with Sophie to
My
his
grandparents live an hour and a half from Mexico City. It's called Cuernavaca, Morelos.
It's a beautiful place,
Yeah.
but I went and they didn't have any space for me. My bed was in the
a
hallway
hallway.
outside of the bathroom. And all I could hear was just the bathroom nonstop, and there was like no privacy, no nothing.
Yeah.
We were in the way, and they had like really steep stairs that Sophie couldn't really climb up
Yeah.
with no railing, and I felt like it was a little dangerous,
Yeah.
and there was just
And
no
that-
space for me.
And
there.
then at the time, her stepdad,
He offered his house.
yeah, in this place called Toliman, Querétaro.
Which I love. It forever.
It was actually, at first I was pissed. I was like,
He
no,
was
no,
so
no.
pissed. He didn't want me to
But-
go.
But it was a blessing. That was cool, man, because they taught her how to cook, man. It was
No,
horrible.
I didn't
She didn't know
learn
how to cook.
I didn't learn how to cook there. I didn't
Blech.
cook anything there. I was a really bad cook before. You guys.
She started learning in there. But long story short, so she ends up going by herself from Cuernavaca, Morelos to Toliman, Querétaro with Sophie.
I had.
Be
let me-
brief.
No,
All right.
yeah. Let me say, you guys, I had 12 bags with me when I went. I was going to this place called Toliman for the first half of the trip. I was asking directions to go to the wrong place. I wasn't even pronouncing the place right. It was Coliman. I was saying it all wrong. And I finally got there with Sophie, and it was just such a blessing. So my father-in-law, my stepdad, he offered his house because I didn't have a place to go.
And
but
at the
his
time,
house
it had no windows or
didn't
doors.
have windows or doors, you guys. Only
Yeah.
the master bedroom had windows and doors, and it had a bathroom attached to it. But the rest of the house was open. There was no windows, no doors. The property was fenced, but that was it. And I didn't have anywhere else to go. So I took my 1.5-year-old daughter and myself with our 12 bags that we had of
12
belongings,
bags of stuff.
and we went down there.
And that's like a 9-hour bus ride. Trust me, those things suck, dude.
Yeah.
Those buses down there suck. So she gets down there, and my next trip, so I fly back to Salt Lake. My next trip is to Querétaro. So every time I went to Mexico, somebody wanted me to send something. Oh my gosh, it's still to this day it happens. You're gonna go, and somebody says, "Oh, you're going to Mexico? Take this, take that. Oh, please take this. You gotta take that." So let me tell you, I am pissed off. I already gotta go that far because at the time I didn't like it. I was like, "Nah, that's a bad idea." Blah blah blah.
But he didn't even go by himself. I
No,
would meet him
time
in
out,
Mexico
time
City.
out. So, I got the plane tickets another time. Big shout out to the Delta workers, man. They hooked it up. They knew my story, and they got me another buddy pass. I think I was only paying from Salt Lake to Mexico City like $250, $260 dollars for 2 tickets, man. That's for me and Sophie. And no, I lied. Sophie was already down there, so that was me and my mom at the time. And it was cool. We got put on first class. It was legit. So we ended up flying down there, and right there, my mom went to Cuernavaca, and then I went to Querétaro. So Gabby met us at the airport, but dude, it was crazy because I took a 40 something screen, 43 or 40, whatever the 40 screen TV. So the box is bigger than 40 inches. So I'm hauling this huge box, and it's heavy. All right, it's heavy. I'm hauling 2 bags. You know, I'm going. I see Gabby. We get in the bus and we take off. Right? Well, she didn't tell me it was another bus. Yeah, well, actually, she did tell me it's another bus. So we get to Querétaro, to the city of Querétaro. And so we got to get another like goofy bus, and we got to go up this crazy hills, like legit
So
scary.
Limon is in a city. It's a small little town
On the top of a
like
mountain.
If you can picture old Mexican old school movies, that's
what it is.
It's the
For
most
real.
beautiful
Yeah,
little place.
it is beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
For sure it is.
But it's way up out in the mountains, and it's really hard to get to.
So we're going up there. We get there. So by the time I leave Salt Lake, like I think the flight left at 9. By the time we get in Querétaro, it was like 11 o'clock at night. So it was all day traveling. We get there, and they're like, oh, there's no cars in this town. Only taxis and horses or so. I was like, what? Dude, and from where the bus drops you off,
Yeah,
it's like a
2-mile
hike to her house. Just, all right, now think about this. I'm at the fattest point of my life. I'm hauling a 40-something screen TV. And then I got 2 bags that are stacked.
Yeah.
And I'm just like cruising along, dude.
And then when we almost get there, he stumbles on a rock. He almost dropped the TV, you guys.
Dude, it was horrible. I'm going up this hill. I'm dying. I'm literally about to puke because it's so much, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was kind of, and then I get to Mexico City. I get to there, and they had Sophie. They had it was
so
her
I would leave
stepdad.
Sophie with them.
Yeah, her stepdad's mom had Sophie, or aunt or something like that. So I had Sophie, and when the time I see her, and the first time I had seen her since 9-10 months, maybe 11 months. So I haven't seen her for almost a year. Yeah, 9 months. She didn't recognize me. She didn't say hi or nothing. She was like, who's that? Like, it was crazy. That broke my heart. Because so many things. Last thing I remember of her was she was depressed. She was sad. Didn't eat. Wouldn't talk to me. Wouldn't talk to at all. Like, didn't want nothing to do with me. And then when I go there and I see her, it was like she didn't know who I was. So that one broke me. I was like, oh man, this is horrible. This sucks. Yeah, that one was a tough one. Long story short, it's something funny. We get into the house that she was living in. We start opening things up. We open up the dang TV, and her mom put a swimming pool in the TV. So the TV was so heavy because there was a swimming pool inside the TV. Can you believe that?
But the swimming pool was a blessing, though. It was a blessing for out there. It was a really
ridiculous.
Humble place. That place that I lived at, you guys. I am eternally, forever grateful for God for sending me there. For the people that opened their doors to my family.
Yes.
When I went
Thank
to
you
live
very
in
much.
Querétaro,
If you guys see this, muchas gracias.
Yes, when I went to Querétaro, you guys, to live there, I went when we were at our lowest of lows. That's when Rafa was really using and doing a lot of stuff. He was working a lot of hours, you guys, but he was keeping all of that money and wasting it on things.
Not all of it. It was a lot of bills, a lot of lawyer fees, a ton. We coughed up a lot of money to those lawyer fees.
Yes, but what me and Sophie weren't receiving what we needed just to survive, just our basic necessities. The entire time that I lived in Querétaro, I lived there for an entire year, you guys. I never could afford to have more than 5 items in my fridge at a time. Yeah. I never did for a full year. And there was times where Sophie, she would be like, Mom, I'm hungry, and I didn't have anything to feed her. And I'd be like, Mija, it's time to go to sleep because I didn't have anything. And my stepdad's family, specifically his sister-in-law, they were angels to me, you guys. They adopted us. They would feed us every day. They made us part of their family. Like, I learned how to when I lived out there for a full year, I used to wash clothes by hand. Sometimes I washed clothes down in the river. Yeah. It was just such a blessing there. It was some really hard times, but it was a blessing.
So this is our part to Querétaro. We'll be right back.